Hi everybody. I prepared this super clear step-by-step installation guide for stable diffusion and ControlNet because I was trying to make a local installation of these two and I found some tutorials, but I got some errors. So I tried to prepare something super simple to track so you can get it installed in the easiest way possible. With that, don't forget that this video is only for the installation, and I'm going to follow up with a workshop recording, which I ran together with a colleague for Penn State Architecture Department. Okay, with that, let's start. So the first thing we're going to do is just have a look at what ControlNet is really fast. So what ControlNet does is it enables you to pick an image, source it as a tool to kind of like create sketches first, and this happens automatically, and then you can write some prompts. So what it does is takes an image, makes a sketch out of it, takes your prompt, merges the prompt with the sketch, and creates a new image. Instead of making a sketch of the image, you can also use other tools such as segmentation, depth extraction, and so on and so forth, which kind of like makes the story a little more interesting. So this is, for instance, what you get here. I'm using the edge detection, the first edge detection algorithm that is available in ControlNet. It kind of finds the edges, and then with the prompt using, which is on the top left corner of the screen, it creates these images. Or, for instance, in this one, I'm using the depth instead of finding the edges, and of course the results are changing. But again, we're going to discuss how these specifically work in another video. Let's continue with the installation. First thing, you need to install Python. The style that I'm using here is that just I will make you Google it. You Google it, and then you click the link, and then you install it. So download Python. We go to the website, we download it and install it. Maybe you have it already. You will need to upgrade it, and we are going to look into it in a moment. The second thing is we are going to install the automatic 1111 local stable diffusion application. Just Google that again. Click the first link that you see here, and then we go to code tab on GitHub, and then just download the zip. Okay, we are not copying the link, we're downloading the zip file here. And once you download it, just extract that in the folder that you want. Once you open that folder, extracted folder, you're going to see webui-user.bat file. We're going to click this file multiple times, so keep that in mind. Once you click it, it will start, downloading and installing the packages. While it's installing, you may see this warning, which is asking you to upgrade things. And the first thing we're going to upgrade is the Python packages. It's the manager. So what we're going to do is in the same folder, we are going to select the file path and the folder, and then we're going to type cmd, which is going to open this command prompt window. And then we're going to install the OpenCV Python library by using this command here. So you just say pip install OpenCV-Python. This is going to install the OpenCV library for Python, and you're going to see that it successfully installed that library for us. And if you had Python, you may get a warning saying, okay, you can also upgrade the package manager here. So for that, we're going to hit the Windows tab, and we're going to type cmd here. So one was a local installation. This is more like a global installation. And then this is for, again, upgrading and installed packages that you have. And this time, once that window opens, we're going to type py-m as you see here, and then the pip will be upgraded. All right. So this is all set now. So now we have Python libraries and the package managers updated. So the next thing, we're going to go back to the folder, double click it again, and you're going to see this is the previous folder. When you first extract it, this is the second one, which means it installed a bunch of stuff, right? So it's kind of like a larger folder now. And then once that runs, we're going to get an address here which we will copy and paste to our browser. So this is the local web server that's going to pretty much run on your computer. So we're going to see this window, which is the local stable diffusion. So it's ready to run. And then you can just type prompts and use the stable diffusion the way you are used to using it. And then the next thing is actually we want to start installing ControlNet on top of this local stable diffusion. So on the tabs above, we're going to go to the extensions, and then our goal is to get ControlNet right here where you have the extensions. Okay. So for that, again, go back to Google, just type ControlNet. Actually, you can type ControlNet as one word because it's supposed to be that way, and go to GitHub. So we're gonna go to this one, this link, and then we are going to again go to code, and then this time we're gonna copy the URL instead of downloading a zip file. So going back to our local stable diffusion webUI, we're going to say install from URL, okay? And then we're going to paste the link that we copied right there. And then remember to remove that .git, which is going to help you with the installation. Okay. Once that's done, it's going to say, okay, it's installed wherever it's supposed to be installed. It's done. The next thing is actually pretty big. So now you need to download all these files. So there are smaller packages, but these are the full trained models that come with ControlNet. So for ControlNet to work locally, you need these pre-trained libraries on your computer. So this is the link, which I'm going to also leave in the comments. You go to this link, you download each and every file here. It's pretty big. It's going to be 5.7 gigs times 8, which is close to 50 gigs. So quite a bit of data there. All right, once you download those, we will again go back to our folder. So this is the extracted folder. This time we're going to go to extensions, and then we're going to go to models folder. And then you're going to see a couple of files there. These will be really small files, like 1 kilobyte or 2 kilobytes and so on. And then you're going to paste all those files that you downloaded in that folder. Great. Okay, so if your web UI is still open on Stable Diffusion, it's installed, you have the huge trained models in place. So you're going to say, you're going to go back to Install tab, and you will say Apply and Restart UI. And remember, our goal was to get ControlNet extension here, visible here, so it's there, right? So once you start that, it should run. All right. If you closed your web UI for any reason, that's fine. Or, like when you shut your computer down and restart it, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Just go to this folder and start the web UI -user.bat file again. And because everything was installed, it's going to start running the web UI, local stable diffusion, and ControlNet. So by now you are already done, right? The only thing, one warning I want to give you is that, so if you are doing this installation step by step, and if you forget, let's say a like local web server running already on the computer, or if it is cached on your RAM, it's going to give you another address. Maybe it's going to be 7861 or 62. Okay, so don't panic if you refresh the page and if it doesn't start. Just shut everything down, shut your browsers down, and again restart the web UI, and then run Stable Diffusion. So okay, now the difference is this. So we got formerly the Stable Diffusion local was working already. So now we have ControlNet, which is hidden under this tab that you need to expand by hitting that reverse arrow here. So once you hit that, you're going to see the ControlNet interface. Okay, so there are a couple of things to make it run. This is very important, okay, which is kind of like hidden. You may forget that. So you need to enable it. So if you don't enable this, you will see the ControlNet interface, but you will run it using the prompt in Stable Diffusion. It's just going to use the base Stable Diffusion for you, not ControlNet. Okay, so don't forget that. Just make sure that you're enabling it. And the next thing you need to do is there's a preprocessor and a model tab here, right? So you have to go to that preprocessor tab and pick which model you want to use. So for instance, here I'm going to use depth, which is, extracting the depth information from the images, right? So I'm going to select that, but you're still not done yet. So you have to go to the pre-trained model and then select the file with the same name again. So if you're using the depth as the preprocessor, you need to pick the coupling model to work with that. Okay, so we pick it right here, which is the depth. Okay, so here you'll see that exactly, the screenshot that I showed you before. We are in ControlNet. It's enabled. Don't forget that it's enabled. We pick depth as the preprocessor. We pick the depth as the model depth, right? And then we type our prompt, which is abstract 2D composition render, whatever that is, right? So this was trying to be a little architectural here, so just showing that. And then you hit generate. And again, the nice thing is this is going to be super fast if you have a beefy NVIDIA card on your laptop. If not, still, if you have like any Quadro or, a GeForce card, it's going to be pretty fast. Or, you could say, oh, I want to work with segmentation, right? So you click segmentation and the segmentation model on the right side and just run it with a slightly, like here, I'm using slightly different prompt, and then you get your images. So this is pretty much it. I hope it helps. Beyond downloading, this guide is around like 9-10 minutes long, so it should be clear enough. If you have any problems, just let me know. Next, I'm going to upload the workshop video, which is going to be for beginners, right? So this might be a good segue into Stable Diffusion and ControlNet, right? So if you want to start using it. And the examples were like more architectural, so if you're interested in that, I think it's going to be interesting. Is that all? Not really. So I'm sharing this one because I wanted to clarify things, because I had a problem while installing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't, because there are a lot of resources online already. Probably you don't need another video explaining how to install, ControlNet locally. But again, like, this is step by step, and I think it should work almost 99%, right? So there's always like 1% chance there's something is wrong with the installation. I wouldn't know. But what I would suggest beyond using these tools is helping yourself grow by being a critical thinker. Okay, as you are using these tools, as you are installing like these huge, let's say, models on your computer, the question is, okay, why are you doing that? What are you curious about? What are you trying to learn about AI? What is AI doing for you, right? So what will you do with AI in the future, and how will you adapt, change your life depending on the emerging technology? So if you want to learn about those, and actually in my book, you have to learn about those more than the technical things. Learn the technical things, but also grow on this side. So you can check all these, let's say, articles that I'm writing to give you some ideas and help you grow in terms of computational design and AI. So you can go to medium.com and start following me. Beyond that, again, if you support the channel, it will give me more opportunities to create more videos such as this one, or maybe more interesting ones, because this was just an installation, but I'm hoping it's going to help you. With that, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.